Motherfuckers!
Welcome, Buccaneers, to the Pixel Pirate Plays. This is your host, the Pixel Pirate, bringing you daily first impressions on the latest and greatest indie games. Today on the show, we are taking a look at a game called Shelter. Shelter is developed by Might and Delight and published by the same, and you can currently pick it up on Steam for the grand total of $10, or to be more specific, $9.99. It is currently on pre-order, which means you get 10% off until August 29th for the grand total of $8.99. So, what is Shelter? Well, you could be mistaken in thinking that it is actually a survival game, and you know, it is to a large degree, but when people say survival game, they kind of, you know, generally speaking, they mean survival exploration, and this is not really that style of game. Now, I say that because it is heavily scripted. Now, I guess heavily scripted is probably a pretty strong term to give this game, but it is definitely scripted, to say the least. It is linear, let's just say. You don't just get to go wherever you please and have whatever experience is in that area. You are actually led by the lead, I guess, like a dog, to go through various experiences and do various things in a specific order, which I guess is the crux of the matter. Now, that's all fine and good, but I just want to warn people that that is in fact the case, because that is a rodent that I can actually catch. Where'd you go? Alright, he disappeared, unfortunately. So one of my little dudes is eating this radish, which, yeah, they've already done. So I've only got 2 left. You actually start with 5 little badgers, and I've lost 3, unfortunately. For some reason, I inexplicably lost one in the transition from night to day. I'm not exactly sure why that happened, but it happened, it did. So now I've only got 2, unfortunately. Now, one got taken, I think 2 actually. 2 got taken by a predator during the night, an unseen predator no less. So yeah, I guess this game kind of disguises itself as a player-driven game, when in fact it really is a narrative-driven game, much like I don't know, Esther. What's that name? I forgot the name of the game. Basically, it's more of a story than it is a game, and that's all fine and good for certain people. But I feel like that it's being a little bit disingenuous, calling itself a survival sort of game, when in fact it is more like just a story that you sort of walk through without any kind of input, I guess. Now, having said that, there is in fact input. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, you got to find the food that you give to your pups. Where are they, by the way? If you run, you actually are faster than them, so you have to wait for them to catch up. I am kind of a little bit lost here. As you can see, like, it's very linear. Like, I can't go past these dead bushes here to explore anywhere. It does give you a long leash to explore, and it almost pulls itself off as a game that, you kind of find your own encounters rather than the encounters, than you being led to the encounters that, the game actually is. Having said that, it kind of breaks the immersion when you just know you're going through specific... there's a radish here. You know you're going through specific events, I guess. I'll drop it, thank you. In a specific order. It kind of, yeah, breaks the I guess the experience that you're having. As you can see, like, obviously I could go that way, but there's something I have to do here first to actually continue on, and I've got no idea what it is. And I encountered this actually at the very start of the game when I had to revive one of my sick pups with some food. And I really have no idea what I need to do. So those are the kind of things that as an example, and that is a very strong example of the things that sort of break the immersion of the game and make it to be something that is in fact not a survival game, not a survival exploration game, but more of a story. So now the developers, may not be trying to be deceptive, and I don't think they are. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that developers are trying to rip you off or anything like that at all. Please don't take that impression from this first impression, but to say that it is a survival game is kind of implying that it is similar to other survival games out there, and I just don't think that is the case. This is more of a story-driven game. So, having said that millions of times, I probably should move on. You might notice that I'm actually going through these bushes here, and this is actually a mechanic of the game. You can get chased by hawks. Whether that happens more than once or not is a matter for discussion, but you have to complete the game first to know whether that happens or not. But there is a point in the game where there are a lot of these bushes and a hawk is chasing you, or some kind of bird of prey, and you need to go from bush to bush to actually remove yourself from... See, I still can't get past that. Yeah, you got to go from bush to bush to actually progress, which is very, very cool. And the game does give you enough interesting things to do to actually not have to worry too much about the linearity of the game. I'm guessing I have to pass this river somehow. There are some fish over there that quite possibly could be hunted. Let's try and go up here. Ah, yes, right, okay. What that meant, I don't know. It's quite possible that it is... wow, okay, my puppy is going to be in for it. I need to hurry up and get across the other side. Let's call them. Alright, so I guess that we need to be careful of the waves, lest my puppies get washed overboard. Okay, so yeah, basically that point that sort of drove me away from progressing was absolutely useless. Perhaps that's where I entered, I'm not sure. I can capture these foxes, I guess they are, just by going into the grass and capturing them unawares. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a very good job of that, so we will go for the old, I guess it's a turnip instead, or a carrot. That's a carrot, yes. So there you go. So that's basically the long and short of Shelter. Is it worth the money? Well, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. If it seems like a good buy to you, then do grab it. It is not a buggy game by any means. Let's grab this carrot as well. And it is an experience. It definitely drew me in for the first 45 minutes. As for continuing the game, as I'm finding that it's more and more linear, it's kind of turning me off a little bit. But I guess that perhaps if you're forewarned about that, it might not. So there you go. So that is long and short of Shelter. As I said, you can pick it up on Steam for $8.99. And if you like what you saw today, do please remember to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And you can follow me on Twitter at @ThePixelPirate. Listen to my incoherent ramblings. And that is it for today. This has been your host, The Pixel Pirate. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.